You hear a lot of people talking about trial and error and making it like failure is such a glorious thing. You're one step closer to succeeding. No, you're not. When you're failing, you're one step closer to failing. Lose that idea. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. You fail your way to success. No, you don't. You fail your way to failure. If you want to be successful, you succeed your way to success. How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet.
Welcome to the Rethink Sales Show. My name is Derek Kelly. I am joined by Jim Shorkey. What would you say to someone they're doing sales or they're an entrepreneur and they're stuck, right? They're having a tough time right now. How would you motivate them? They're listening to this 100th episode of us, seeing all the change we've done. What would you say to them? How would you encourage them?
I would first of all say that results are the name of the game. So let's remember that. Results are the name of the game. And that said, results are nothing more than information. And typically, if your results are not what you want them to be, that's an indication that you're doing something wrong. And if your results are what you want them to be, that's an indication typically that you're doing something right. And so you're telling me that this person that I'm referencing here is stuck. If you're stuck, you got to get unstuck. And so what I would say is to find somebody who has done what you want to do successfully and have a conversation. That conversation could be a one-on-one conversation. That conversation could be a book. It could be a video.
It could be a group
It could
coaching.
be a YouTube thing. It could be a coaching program, whatever that looks like. Find somebody who has done what you want to do successfully and have that conversation and copy. That said, trial and error is a really bad idea. And so what we did, and this goes way back to before Derek, Chuck Bellina sat down with me in my dining room and he interviewed me to try to figure out what it was that I did to be successful, to turn it around, to go from bankruptcy imminent to incredibly successful. And so we had this interview and we went through this step by step by step. And a lot of what that interview process was, it morphed into Journey to Success, which morphed into Rethink You, which morphed into Rethink You 2.0. And so it's been a process of evolution. But at the end of the day, all I did with Chuck was to tell him what I did. And that's what the program is. So when you ask me, how do you get unstuck? You got to do something like Rethink You 2.0. And if you have a better way, then yeah, go do it. Just get unstuck. If you do what we tell you to do in Rethink You 2.0, you will in fact get unstuck. If you do what we tell you to do, you will get unstuck. Now, if that appeals to you, then it's time to make the commitment.
Yeah. And a lot of people are like, okay, what is this Rethink YouTube program? What does it look like? What is it about? And we really start with the end. What is your reason why? You have to know your reason why and your reason why not, and really dive into that. We get into then desire backed by faith. No such words as possible. We go through those agreements and we start to move you forward thinking how you want to move toward results. And then the end of the course is really teaching you how to get those actions in place. And it's really a framework, right? People are like, oh, you have a course. That's cool.
It's a framework. Yeah.
It's a way of thinking. And I think that's really valuable.
Well, it's also a way of doing. Here, these are the steps. So you went through that very quickly, and I want to just slow it down a little bit. Desire, backed by faith, knows no such word as impossible. What if that's true? It begs the question, how do I turn impossible, can't be done, bankruptcy imminent, whatever, stuck? How do I turn impossible into possibility or possible? And so the way you do that is you grow your desire and you grow your faith. Now, this is not a spiritual / religious faith. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about faith in yourself. And so our word for faith is yes, I can. And where yes, I can comes from is the question I always ask myself. Has what you want to do been done before? Yeah, it has. If he or she can do it, then I can do it too. That's yes, I can. You got to wanna comes directly from Mr. Hamilton. You got to wanna is
that's the desire
statement
piece.
for desire.
Yep.
And so I can remember very clearly sitting in Mr. Hamilton's office, and on the back wall behind his head, it says, you got to wanna. And I can remember, I have a massive chill right now. I can remember sitting there and looking at that sign, and it says, you got to wanna. And I thought to myself, I really do want to. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
I need help. And so Mr. Hamilton gave me the list, which is what we're trying to give you with Rethink You 2.0. He gave me the list. I went to work on a list, and then it went from there. So desire backed by faith knows no such word as impossible. You got to wanna, backed by yes, I can, knows no such word as impossible. And we turn impossible into possible by growing our desire and by growing our faith.
Yep.
And that's what Rethink You 2.0 is really going to do.
You
It's
start to
going to
get
show
that
you how to do that.
plan. You get that plan, right?
Yeah.
You always say, if you plan for something, you have a plan. If you don't plan for something, you have another plan. You have a plan for failure. You have a plan of you haven't thought it through. You don't know where you're heading. And so that plan works. It works pretty well.
Let's be clear here. No plan is a plan. Your plan is that you don't have a plan. No decision is always going to be a decision. You're deciding not to decide if you have no decision. So no plan is a plan. Like right now, you can say, you're not in action. Yeah, we are. Our action that we're in right now is sitting. That's an action. We're sitting, right? So no plan is a plan. No action is an action. No decision is a decision. You're deciding not to decide. You're making all these different decisions, which aren't going to be to your benefit. And we're going to teach you how to develop this plan that is going to move you to where you want to move to. And Derek hit this one pretty fast as well. So the most important thing I can think of in terms of giving you advice would be you have to have a goal. You have to have a goal. And it's got to be very clear, very distinct, very concise. You got to write this goal down and you got to keep it in front of you. So that's the goal. The second thing you have to have is a reason why for the goal. And I can tell you right now, if that reason why for the goal doesn't make you cry, then you're going to cave into the setbacks, which will come. So it has to be a goal that is larger than you and a reason why that is larger than you. And so you keep that reason why in front of you. Maybe you're doing it for your wife, or your husband. Maybe you're doing it for your kids. Maybe you're doing it for the world at large, or whatever that would be, whatever that would look like. We got to figure out that reason why. You know, when I was in hospital with my stroke, I decided I was going to have 100% stroke recovery. And my reason why made me cry, you darn. I've got 4 children, 4 significant others. I've got my wife. I've got my 9 grandchildren. And I have a situation in my family right now, which is very concerning to me. And I actually said to Amy the other day, I said, now I know why I didn't die. Now I know why I didn't die. This person needs me. This person needs me. Yeah. I bet I got a few tears in the audience right now. This person needs me. This is why I'm here. Yeah. And so does your reason why I make you cry. And then the next step, so we have a goal, we have a reason why it makes you cry. And then the next step is to seek expert counsel, find somebody who's done what you want to do successfully and have that conversation and figure out what your to-do list is and what your to-not-do list is and copy and then get to work.
Yeah.
And you're going to get there.
Yeah. Guys, you just hear from Jim after 100 episodes of sitting together. If you feel stuck and you're listening to this, one, thank you guys for being with us for 100 episodes. That's mind-boggling. If you would have asked me 2021, early 2022, if we would have done 100 episodes of these, maybe I would have said yes. Maybe I would have said, I don't know. We'll see. But we're here and people love it. We get great feedback. There's more and more comments every video we do. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're listening and you feel stuck, please, and this isn't just us saying, buy our course, it's awesome, but genuinely from the feedback from Bruce Burke, Rob Hoffman, Tara Zalewski, we could go on and on. Folks, go to resultsfromthinking.com. So resultsfromthinking.com and just click buy the course, right? Jim always says, it's not what it cost you to buy the program. It's what it cost you to not buy it.
Slow down. It's not what it costs you to buy the program. It's what it costs you if you don't buy the program. Mm-hmm. And just to pick a number, you know what you make a year. If you do the program and you increase your income by 5%, put that number in your head right now, 5%. You should know what your income was from 2024 so far. Add 5% to that. And then take that number, it's in your head right now, and multiply that times 10. So if we can maintain that 5% increase for 10 years, it's going to be a pretty big number. That's what it's going to cost you to not buy the program, because the hand that picks up the book and reads it is not the same hand that puts the book down. Scientific fact, the hand changes. And so you're going to change, and your ability to be a better you, Rethink You 3.0, you're going to be a better you, and that better you is going to get incredible results compared to the old you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
And to be very clear here, and I think most people don't believe this, but I'm telling you, I got people, I can prove it. Jared, can I prove what I'm going to say next? Can I prove this? I came in here today raw. I had, Jared, just yell out, say, you're full of crap, Jim. Say it. I came in here raw. I had no idea whatsoever what we were going to do today. No idea. Didn't know what Derek was going to ask me. I have no list. I'm speaking from my heart. I have no notes. I'm speaking from what I know. And am I right, Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been not one. I don't have any books. He didn't say, here's what we're going to ask you next. Go downstairs and read your notes. No, I'm sitting here live. We're recording it, but I mean, I'm live in terms of the recording. And I had no idea what Derek was going to ask me. I never do. And I tell people all the time, I will come speak to you. I will be on your podcast, but I don't want to know what you're going to ask me. I want to answer your questions extemporaneously from my heart. That's what I did today.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And
My
guys,
pleasure.
again, thank you for spending the past several years with us, growing with us, seeing you grow, hearing your stories, your testimonies of what's happening in your life. It just encourages us so much. So here we go, Jim. On to the next episode.